Hey everybody, it's Lori. I am here to share with you my latest mini album that I just finished after working on it for what seems like forever. This one is for a swap that I'm in with Virginie over in Japan. And it's just a private one-on-one swap that we decided to do. And we had talked about it and decided that we were going to do an 8x8 mini album and that we were going to just go with whatever we had in our stash to use for papers, no specific collection, just pulling from here and there. And I really had fun experimenting with this album, even though it took me a long time to do, because I used papers from a few different collections, and I kind of played around with the cover a little bit, and some different things that I've seen tutorials for on YouTube on the inside. And so when I get to specific things that I was inspired, people that I was inspired by, I'll go ahead and I'll tell you who they were and put the link in the description. So the papers that I used for this album were 3 different Prima collections, and they're all Jody Lee designs. One is Divine, one is Delight, and the other is the Fairy Rhymes. And all of her papers are so nice because you can mix and match them so easily. So let's go ahead and start with the cover here. On the cover, instead of using excuse me, parts from the paper collection, I tore a bunch of different napkins that I got from Kim Reed and into pieces, and I used Collage Podge to put them on the covers, the front and the back. I'll show you the back here too. And then I also did a little bit of masking on here with some modeling paste and a stencil, like a rose vine stencil. I thought it would kind of match this picture here of this gal that I fussy cut from the paper, because she's holding like a garland of flowers. And a little chipboard piece here from one of the collections, and a crocheted flower and some paper flowers. And then a little crocheted butterfly up here. And then I took a clock piece here, or from a watch, I should say, and that was silver, and I just painted it a little bit with some kind of an aqua color acrylic paint. And then this piece here is one of the journaling cards from one of the collections, and then, like I said, this gal I fussy cut, and I put some crackle accents on her. And then for the spine, first of all, it's a hidden hinge method of binding, which is pretty much what I always use. And then for the spine, I took a pink piece of decorative embossed paper from, I think, Hobby Lobby, and I just went over it with a blue color of a distress stain, just went over it very lightly, made it kind of an aqua color on the raised parts of the embossing. And you can still see the pink, well, maybe you can still see the pink through here a little bit. And then I took a piece of kind of a sage green lacy fabric, and I laid that over the top of it, and I just Collage Podged it down. And then on the back, on the cover here, there's also a tea-stained paper doily underneath there too. And then on the back, I just did the same thing. A little bit of masking with modeling paste, and I tore some pieces of some different paper doilies that I had tea stained. And then for the closure, I just took a piece of organza ribbon and I wound it around, and I'm holding it down here with the clock, or with the watch piece. And then just right here with a little mint green flower applique. And then it just closes, ties with a bow. Alrighty, here, go ahead and open it up. See if I can, might have to zoom out a little bit here. Or come over this way. I'm trying not to lift this album up while I film this video, because it's kind of a pain. Okay, on the inside cover here, I've just got a little bit of bling here, and another little crocheted heart with another one of those mint green flower appliques. And then this envelope piece here, I saw a tutorial for by Papercrafter 45, and what looks like the flap of the envelope actually pulls out, and then you've got some photo mats here. And then I took a piece of metal filigree from Butterbee Scraps and I painted it some green acrylic paint and then stuck a piece of bling in the center there. And I'm just using that to slide that piece right down under. And this idea I got from TaesTatters here on YouTube, and she used metal in one of her most recent albums in some nice, really cool different ways. So I kind of got some inspiration from that because I've got a ton of metal from Butterbee Scraps. And then a piece here of trim, rosette trim from Hobby Lobby. And then over here, I have this little insert here that is photo mats. It's like a little booklet and it's photo mats, but it also has pockets for, you know, you can stick some little journaling tags in there. You can get them out, but you can't get them back in. And then a little pocket photo mat here where you can stick another tag. And some more bling. And a piece, another chipboard piece, and a piece of a doily with another metal piece on here that I painted yellow. And a button in the center of that. And then the little crocheted flower with some bling in the center that I believe came from Michael's. And each one of the pages I made a pocket page. So I made a pull-out for each one of them with a nice big photo mat with some organza ribbon tied on to each one of the little tabs. And the little pull tab is actually a Fisker's punch. And also on each one of the pages I did a little bit of dry brushing with some antique white acrylic paint, just to kind of soften it up a little bit in some of the spots. And then on this page, this is a Prima flower here and another piece of a paper doily with some bling. And I just tore a little piece of paper here for a corner pocket. You can stick a couple of tags in there. And then this is a little wooden laser cut frame from Michael's that I painted green and then also kind of shimmer misted with some homemade sprays. And then I made this little piece here as kind of a template. She could either leave that in there, or use it for a tag, or use it for a template for a photo, or whatever. And I glossy accented that too, so it would make it a little bit stronger for pulling it in and out of there. And then on this page, I just made a little corner belly band here with some gray rosette trim, and another Prima flower, another crocheted flower, and a button. And then I've got this little, it's like a little bobby pin with a flower on it that came from Michael's, using that as a clip there. A couple little tags, and some more bling. And then this little photo mat here opens up like this. So there's several spots there for pictures. And then the pull out for this one. And then over here on this page, I just took a wide piece of ribbon that I got from Hobby Lobby and made a little pocket out of it. And a Prima flower here and a crocheted flower with some bling. And this is another little crocheted piece. All these little crocheted pieces, by the way, I got in a little baggie for a big, it's an annual craft and fabric sale that the Salvation Army hosts here in the town that I live. And everybody donates stuff, and then they have a big sale once a year, and they sell everything dirt cheap. And I got a whole baggie full of little crocheted goodies for, I think, 50 cents or $1 or something like that. So that's where this came from. And then this little photo mat here, I made also a pocket, so you can stick a couple little tags in there. And then a couple tags here in the little ribbon pocket. And then on this page, I just made a big wide belly band with some, it's a piece of ribbon that came from Hobby Lobby that was a cream color, and I just sprayed it with some green colors because I liked it better that way. It just really kind of pops that green color. and then a chipboard piece from one of the Prima collections. And all of the chipboard pieces, also I should mention, I always paint around the edges with acrylic paint because I don't like just the raw chipboard look. And I made a little photo mat booklet that slides under there. And I'm just bound it with some hand-dyed seam binding. And then I've got some more bling here and another Prima flower. And then the pull out for this one. And then on this page, this idea here I got for the two pieces of the die cut I got from Tiffany Solorio, and I'm using it kind of for a holder for a photo mat. But I've got a piece of paper and a piece of sprayed ribbon that I colored up here on the bottom for a pocket. And I've got a paper flower here that was done with a Fisker's punch that I inked up a little bit. A chipboard piece, a couple little metal pieces that I painted with some acrylic paint in blue, and a couple of tags here in the pocket. And then in this part here, I also got this idea here from a tutorial from Paper Crafter 45. It's a little, looks like a little spool, and I just hung a decorative button off of it, and you can use it for photos or journaling or whatever. And then another piece of bling right there. Alright, and then on this page, I took one of the little journaling cards and made a little pocket out of it. Another crocheted flower, stuck some tags in there, and then this little booklet here, some more photo mat, a little trifold. Oh, actually, it's not a trifold. It's a whatever you kind of fold you call that. It's a double trifold. Then it just ties back up with the seam binding. And then a crocheted piece of a doily underneath this Prima flower. And then the pull out for this one. And then over here, another little bottom pocket here and a Prima flower with a little doily underneath, piece of a doily, and a couple of little tickets from the Prima collection. And then another photo mat booklet here that's tied with some seam binding. And then over here I did this little corset pocket, which was a tutorial from Paper Crafter 45, and got a couple of little tags in that, and a piece of a doily here and a Prima flower. And I just laced up the corset with some leather lacing that I got at Hobby Lobby. And then I took another piece of metal right here and painted that green, Butterby Scraps piece, all of them are. And this little corset here that is actually an industrial chic piece, I just glued down, and I'm using it for a little tuck spot for another tag. And then the pull out for that one. And on this page I just made two little pocket photo mats here. Got a little tag in each one of them. And then a little crocheted flower from Michaels, and then a little crocheted flower that came in from that big sale I was talking about. And another metal piece here from Butterby Scraps that I painted up. And then on this page I made a bottom pocket here with another one of the wide pieces of ribbon from Hobby Lobby. And then I fussy cut this part out from the paper and stuck it on top of the ribbon there. And part of it is up so you can stick tags under there, and then tags in the pocket. And then I made a little photo mat pocket again out of one of the journaling cards from one of the collections. And got a couple little tags in there. And a tea-dyed paper doily and a Prima flower. Sorry if I seem like I'm rushing through this, but it's kind of a big book, and you guys will be sleeping if I go through every little minute detail. So if you have any questions, just ask, please. And another big photo mat here. And then over here, I did some fussy cutting from a piece of the paper, and I backed it with chipboard to strengthen it up a little bit and made a corner pocket out of it. and another Prima flower and crocheted flower, and a couple of little tags here, and then this little photo mat booklet here. And then on the inside back cover this is another little piece that I saw on Papercrafter 45's channel that she has a tutorial for. A metal piece here that I painted, some more bling, another doily piece from that sale, and a plastic or acrylic flower that came, I believe, from Michael's. And then this opens up like this for either photos or journaling. And then that is it. That's the whole book. So if you have any questions, just let me know, and thank you very much for taking the time to watch. Have a good day.